ALG really saved me. I put all of my success on joining this group. People constantly checking in saved me.
I made so many friends with people that I've never met, but I feel incredibly close to, and I consider them family.
It really is a family. It is a place where you can just be yourself, and there is no judgment. There is no shame. You are so welcome there.
Nobody has to be in this alone. Everybody is either going through or has gone through the same thing at one point.
Let's do this.
What's going on, fam? Happy Friday if you're listening to this on the day of drop. Guys, it's the ALG podcast, and as always, I am your co-host, Sean Arpino, otherwise known as JR's Journey on Instagram. I am joined alongside my partner in crime, David Roden, otherwise known as Fit_D-Rock on Instagram, and we are the Accountable Life Group. Today's podcast is brought to you by the fine folks over at Redcon1. For the highest state of readiness, go to redcon1.com and use promo code T20JARPS to save 20% upon checkout. And our good friends over at Real Good Foods have also offered us a promo code that you can use. So you can use the promo code The Gains, that's The Gains with a Z, in between at checkout to also save dollar bills, y'all. And without any further ado, David, lay it on the fine people. What is today's topic?
I'm just kind of surprised you didn't say anything about my amazing dance skills.
Yes, David, you are as good a dancer as that plant in your living room.
It was beautiful. It was
great.
This
is my favorite part.
It's
my favorite part.
I thought this was a great. So, a preface of how this episode came about. Number one, the last episode, Do's and Don'ts of Social Media, did really well. A lot of great positive feedback, all that kind of stuff, really cool. And this transitions really good into what we're about to talk about because it involves social media. And there's a preface to this story of how we came up with this, which is the idea of the red flags of social media accounts you're following. And all right, science guy in me. I want to say this. People have incredible transformations, and it doesn't devalue their transformation. And when you make accounts, especially when you go viral, conveying the message of, hey, you can do this, hey, you're an inspiration, share your triumphs, share your struggles, share the motivation, share the discipline, share the standards, share all that stuff, it's fantastic. However, you have to be extremely careful, especially when you're on a big platform and you have a lot of followers, when you educate teaching bullshit.
Yeah.
Like absolute horseshit information. And it doesn't take away from the story. Like, people can have great transformations. They have 1 million followers from losing X amount of weight in some amount of time. It's just fine, which is fantastic. But for the sake of marketing, these same accounts, to try to keep them going, will give you bullshit. And so we wanted to kind of convey that of, like, this episode is going to be on the red flags of accounts of people and pages in general. It doesn't have to be people, and we'll do our best not to just shtick people. I think we're going to try to keep things name free as much as possible. But we'll try. But we'll allow you to discern for yourself based upon being authentic and transparent which accounts you probably should stop following and which accounts you should put more time and effort into. So, John, for you, what's start off with? And I know this is up your alley because you get fucking heated with this kind of stuff because it frustrates you so much. It does me too, especially on the science side of things. What's a big red flag of an account you should be really worried about following?
Any account that, and again, guys, we're definitely going to piggyback a lot of the information that we laid down last week into this episode, only because they kind of coincide really well. Yep. But a big, huge red flag that should slap you right in the face is, are they trying to sell you a quick result, like a quick result, period? Like, if they're trying to tell you you could do X, Y, and Z within a very short amount of time, that's an automatic red flag.
Yep.
Like, out the gate, I don't care. You know, like there's no shortcuts on this journey. There is just like there's no get rich quick schemes. There's no get skinny quick schemes. Like, and I hate the word skinny, but that's a giant red flag.
Because that was the preface of how things happen for us. So
right.
We won't name the account. It's one main account with some sub accounts connected to it of individuals.
You can say, I really don't care. You could say it.
The Vision Twins are pissing me off.
Fucking Vision Twins, man.
Are pissing me off.
And this is not going to become a hate Vision Twins podcast. I mean, it might. No, it's not.
This is how this started, which was like the Vision Twins. You have a great story. Yeah. Like, you guys each lost around 100 pounds. You're doing great. You're positive. You're spunky. You're getting people to move. That is your niche, and that is awesome. Yeah. But John and I were both on Instagram this morning, and we watched one of the Vision Twins do this. Puts this reel up of him doing curl or doing crunches on a crunch machine, abs, and he goes, "You want the hack to get abs easy?" And he goes, just do 4 sets of 25,
and you'll get abs.
And you'll get
That's
abs.
The cheat code. The cheat code.
He said cheat code, and he said easy.
Bruh.
And I fucking lost it. Because these guys have 1 million followers, and that's
on TikTok. I don't even deal with TikTok. I'm worried about the Instagram space, but yeah.
All of it. Yeah. They have 1 million, and they're just spewing nonsense.
Bullshit.
Absolutely. Now, again, they're doing it, I'm sure, because guess what? When you make these secret, you're incentivized to do it. And so when these accounts do it, when you share, you have the secret. When you share, you have the secret sauce. You point at your abs and you say, you want this, and they give you some cookie cutter response on how to get it. It's a big fucking red flag.
Absolutely.
And even if they have the story, you got to be careful. Because I commented to him. Freaking John commented to him. And it's just like, you can't.
John got under their skin, though. John got a response. John got a bullshit response by some fucking PR agent that they have.
I know, you have some like generic DM person.
Yeah.
Which video are you talking about in particularly?
Yeah, the one where I just roasted you.
The one, and it's just like, so guys, that's red flag number 1. So if you're following any accounts that use any fitness, use their body and their physique, to point at one specific body group and say, if you work out like this, you can have this easy, unfollow them. I don't care how great their story is.
Yeah,
they're spreading nonsense,
and you know,
and it hurts you. It really does.
And the reason why I get very on my soapbox and like I almost take it very personal that people do this is because I will say this time and time again. Like, I've been that person on the other side of the phone looking for a quick way out. I looked for the cheat codes. I looked for the how can I do this with the minimal amount of effort in the quickest amount of time. You know what I mean? And when you have a platform, you know, David just said, I didn't even know this. David just said they have 1 million followers on TikTok. I don't pay attention to TikTok. I could give a shit about TikTok. Yep. But when you have over 188,000 followers on Instagram, now that's my home, okay? And I know that sounds weird for people, but my journey has taken place soup to nuts on Instagram. I have made lifelong friends on Instagram. I have watched people change their lives on Instagram. When you start selling my people a bag of goods that ain't good, I'm going to get fucking mad because I've been that person, man. Like, I've sat there and cried myself to sleep and prayed to God, wait, let me wake up skinny. Let me figure out a way that I can just make this right. And then when you get on your profile and you have this amazing platform where you could literally change somebody's life, and you make the decision that you want to make quick, easy content and just say, if you want abs, it's this easy. It's not this easy.
It's not that easy.
You know what I mean? And I'm going to try to put that to bed for the rest of the show because I will get hotter and hotter about it. But any fucking profile that tells you this is the easy way to do it, do not follow. Not worth your time. It's not worth the follow.
It's just not, because it's just dangerous, because these people like it goes
it
off
sets you up for bad habits.
It sets you up for bad habits, and it's tough because some of these accounts, it's a little bit of sincere ignorance, where it's like for example, like the twins, they don't mean anything bad by it. Like they truly
No, they probably don't. I don't know them on a personal level.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But like they truly believe what they're doing and
is
posting is helping. And I get it, but at the same time, you got to be, when you make specific outside of your I don't want to say education, because again, I don't care if you have a degree. I care if you're right. Like but like when you are surrounding accounts that just spew nonsense, it hurts people.
Yeah.
And so you got to be so careful once you have a platform to do the best of your ability, perfection's a myth, to give people the most truth you can.
Absolutely.
And
and that verbiage that you use, it's like you have to walk such a thin line with selecting certain words and the way that you phrase things. And it's like when you're straight up lying, you know, that's when it's a problem. You know what I mean? And listen, regardless, anyone can say, "Oh, well, they weren't talking about the people that need to lose 3, 2, or 100 pounds." No, it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference, because anyone can look at that and be like, "Holy shit, I could get abs that way," and just do that all the time and fuck it. And it don't work like that. You know what I mean?
Don't work that like. And I'll be honest, same thing on the nutrition side. I won't convey it's them. I'm just gonna say there was the same thing where this individual was posting what I ate to lose 110 pounds, blah 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 blah. And I know for a fact this guy didn't need it, because it was an oatmeal meal. There was no question. It was an oatmeal meal with 3 cups of peanut butter and all this stuff.
I saw this.
It was the Fission Twins again.
I know.
It was a banana, 3 cups of oatmeal, 2 scoops of peanut butter.
My man said 2 tablespoons of peanut butter and scooped out half a jar.
Scooped out half the fucking jar. And I'm like, that peanut butter alone was 500 calories.
Yeah.
I mean, not even a question. Not including all. You add up that bowl, that oatmeal he made was probably 1,000 calories, if not more.
Yeah, bro.
And I'm just sitting there going, you ate this.
I hope you ate that, nothing else for the rest of the
like
day.
you're I'm like, so it's like, if they're not talking about somewhat of, now again, you don't have to hyper restrict calories. You don't have to hyper focus on calories and macros. But if there isn't some type of, you just got to be super careful inside of accounts that just because someone has a massive weight loss transformation, and this I'll be the first one to say, ego check us. If all of a sudden we start spewing a lot of stuff that seems check, like, I'm cool with it. I'm 100% cool with it.
My DMs are open.
Because like I hate it, because in this day and age of social media, you're incentivized to make extreme statements.
Yes.
And so,
but you're also you're incentivized also to keep your following going.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, like we discussed last week, there comes a time where it's like, as a creator, right? And I'll give everyone the benefit of the doubt, and I'll use that word. As a creator, you have to sit there and be like, I've done it. I've lost the weight. You know what I mean? Like, I've run the gambit. What can I do now? You know what I mean? So, like, to make a 2-second reel and to say, this is how you get abs, that's a piece of content. To sit there and say, I ate this bowl of oatmeal with 1,000 calories of peanut butter in it and I lost X, Y, and Z pounds, that's content right there. You know what I mean? And it's like, do you remember, I mean, I know it's still kind of popular on the internet, but like when the internet was very young, okay, clickbait. You remember clickbait?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That's all this is modern clickbait.
Yep,
that's
100%.
all this is. Instead of getting your credit card info or whatever info they were trying to get back then, they're just trying to get a view. They're just trying to get a like. And you have to be able to decipher what is Instagram clickbait, what is TikTok clickbait. You know what I mean? Because you can't, unfortunately, there is not a million of people, you know, like us and other people that I love and respect on Instagram going around and saying the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God. And they want to make a buck. They want to be famous, and that's cool, and I respect that, because at the end of the day, some of those things I wouldn't mind either, but I'm not going to get them by being a fake piece of shit.
Yeah. Because it's like, I do my TikTok lives, and on any TikTok live for about an hour, I get between 5,000 to 25,000 people, and I tend to get the same questions: access skin removal surgery, how'd you do it?
Right.
And the clickbait thing for me to say would be eat 1,200 calories of straight protein and go do cardio for 2 hours a day. Guess what?
Absolutely.
You do that, you're losing a fuck ton of weight. The issue is it's not sustainable, and it's probably not going to be the right thing for this person because they're not going to build a good relationship with food. They're not going to be able to build a good relationship with yourself. And so, as a red flag, be super worrisome when someone at any point in time uses some clickbait-ass statements like lose the weight quick, detox that.
Right. Cleanse this.
Cleanse this.
Your sister's ass over here. Yeah.
Anyone who's truly being authentic will be the first one to say, hey,
it takes time.
It takes time. It takes effort. It's going to, and like, for example, with, for me, like with extended fasting, okay, I do it. John knows I do this. Mm-hmm. Do I talk about it very often? No. Why? There is some data to justify it. It's not very good data, but there's some data. So I'm not going to be spewing, guys, everyone out there needs to do a 3 to 5 day cleanse 3 to 5 day water fast every year for blank.
Right.
Because I, in my authentic right mind, can't do that. I think there's enough data to justify it. Right. But if I'm going to tell every single other person to do it, I better be fucking sure what I'm saying is the truth.
Absolutely. Because let's just say you had 10 followers, right? Let's just, for argument's sake, you had 10 followers. And you got on your Instagram, we were on your TikTok, and you said to everyone, I lost the weight by doing these extended fasts, and this is what made me do it, and this is the results that I had. And out of those 10 people, let's say 3 of them just bought everything that you're selling. Mm-hmm. They're going to try it. It's either going to work for them kind of well and they're going to continue to do it, or it's not going to work for them. But guess what? They probably still do it for a little while because they know that it worked for you because you said it did. Mm-hmm. And you are a person with results and they want results. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So like, no matter what, you're influencing somebody on some level, no matter what you say, whether you want to admit it, whether people who follow you want to admit it. I've done it. I've 100% done it. Whether it's a tactic on an inspirational post, like just creative ideas. Like, bro, there's only so much you can do without borrowing or having inspiration from someone else doing something similar to you. Yep. You know, like monkey see, monkey do, and you have to. Again, it's a thin line you got to walk.
And so, so another red flag, I'm trying to think off it, like, so obviously when someone makes any type of spot reduce stuff, just unfollow them, because they're the peak of spewing nonsense. Right. Like you're almost too far gone when you're pointing at abs, saying here's an ab workout to help you get abs. Yeah, like you're almost too far gone.
Way too far gone. Way too far gone.
This is so
and like accounts that start giving you guarantees or timelines on stuff like that, like, nuh-uh. You're running your own race. You are, there might be a community behind you. There might be people cheering you on. You know, your buddy might be trying to lose weight with you. But at the end of the day, your weight loss journey is your weight loss journey. Mm-hmm. And what works for you is not going to work for Bob. It's not going to work for Steve. And it's not going to work for Marie. And that's just the way you gotta know that.
Mm-hmm. And I will, going off another red flag is in the nutrition space, especially when you're trying to get, I'm just going to put out, shout out to, if you don't follow Lane Norton, highly recommend. Lane Norton, he has a PhD in nutrition, as authentic, transparent as they come. And
whenever you say Lane Norton, I think of Edward Norton, who used to play the Incredible Hulk. Yeah.
That's funny. Zach Cohen is also a great guy. He was on the podcast before. There's a lot of great people. Food Science Babe is also, if you're looking for a female, Food Science Babe is fantastic. The red flag that I want you to convey is when people fear bait products or individual things with absolute certainty, be careful.
Absolutely.
Because again, conveying like, hey, we should watch the synthetic sugars. Hey, you should try to limit X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
If they use the phrase limit, that's fine.
Right.
If they use phrases such as cut out and get rid of and inherently bad, be careful. Because again, these because of marketing today, it's not sexy to go, well, here's the peer-reviewed literature that says it's somewhere between A and B.
Yeah.
It's a lot more sexy to say, this is bad. This is what's causing all your problems. It's the red X blank. It's the chemical C. This is not acceptable. And if you're not eating all organic, you're gonna die.
Right.
And it's like, if you're following those accounts, it's just be careful, because a lot of it is not in, well, let's just say that where the peer-reviewed literature is, where the science really is. You can convey better or worse, but if you're a big red flag for me is when they use extreme words in nature when it comes to nutrition. Because again, if it was that bad, it would not be in our food. I'm sorry. Like, again, we can convey dosaging. Like, why is it that a pop has 50 grams of sugar in it? It's not a smart thing to do. But it's like, is it like, it's just
Yeah.
Don't fall into the trap of these red flag accounts that just make food all fearful.
Yeah, food's not the enemy.
Like,
and it's going to take time to realize that. But it's definitely not the enemy.
Yeah.
You know, I used to take a lot of pride in, like, saying, oh, I haven't had a real slice of pizza in 6 years, which I still haven't. But it's like, now I look at that statement and it's like, I don't think that's the coolest thing in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're kind of having, you might fear pizza, which I don't, but I'm just saying, like, from the outside looking in, it's like, no, you've kind of brainwashed yourself and now you have a fucking problem. Like, you know, and stuff like that only comes with experience, with gaining knowledge, with understanding oneself. And, like, again, it takes time. But when you follow these accounts that are just constantly driving home the fact of, you know, alternative sugar substances, bad, cancer, dementia, blah, 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 blah. Like, you know, you gotta just, like, have an opinion for yourself one day. You know what I mean?
Careful.
Yeah, because then you're going to wake up one day and realize you wasted 7 years being on the same diet, cutting out all this food, and you're fucking miserable. And you haven't had any results.
And so this is a great example, because it's like, I've been there.
Yeah.
Like, in the first 3 years of my transformation, I truly was at a point where I would rather have a drink with 10 grams of real sugar than a diet pop, because I truly believed that a diet pop was worse for you than a regular
10 grams
pop
of
with
sugar,
10 grams of sugar.
Absolutely.
And so I get it. Like, I get what, like, it we always want to do this, and I think my dad, if he ever listens to this, will laugh, because we went at it at certain points of just talking about synthetic sugars, talking about carbs, talking about all types of stuff. But you get caught up in it, and because it makes our mistakes feel less like mistakes when we get caught up in the idea that there's a secret gremlin causing your problems.
Yes.
And I know it feels better to follow accounts that believe in the gremlin, and the gremlin may affect 5 to 10%. We can talk about 5 to 10%, but the gremlin doesn't affect 90% of your life.
Right.
And
Until you realize that the gremlin's really you.
The gremlin's really you.
Yeah.
And so when you're following accounts, if the majority of their content is just fear porn on food substances and different kinds of stuff.
Carb fearing, sugar fearing.
I'll do another one. Carnivore MD. At the beginning, I used to respect the guy. Like, I had met him before, like on a phone call. We ended up talking before. And early on, some of the stuff, you talk about lectins, you talk about this kind of stuff, and it's like, okay, it's fine. Like, we can have those conversations. And now 99% of any content that man puts out is just fear porn, from coffee to, oh my gosh, just everything. Basically, everything is going to kill you outside of meat, in his opinion, and it's just so ridiculous.
When the accounts start to talk to you like you're a child that doesn't know any better, that's a red flag. You know what I mean? When the accounts talk to you like you're a person, and you know, I'm not always going to say that they have to have walked in your shoes, but when you have that relatability with them, you know, that's good. But an account that's constantly putting fear into your life about just regular everyday stuff, that's when you kind of have to like look back and like see everything from a 360 and be like, what the fuck is this dude talking about? You know what I mean? Like one of my favorite people to follow, and he's just a fitness account really, is Jordan Syatt. I probably butchered his last name, but you know who I'm talking about? He used to be Gary V's personal trainer.
Okay.
So Jordan, great dude, keeps it so real. It's Syatt, I think, is his last name. He keeps it so real between his posts, his reels, his stories. You know, he's totally gotten rid of the fear-mongering aspect of following a popular fitness guy on Instagram. You know what I mean? Like, people will, you know, send him questions like, oh, do you think diet soda's bad? And he's just like, no, diet soda's not bad. It's just, you know, moderation is everything. And, you know, don't have 19 in a day, have one or have two or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, and the same thing goes with like cardio. You know what I mean? Like, any account that pushes cardio as the reason to burn calories and not just to live a better, healthier lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like little stuff like that. And it just takes knowing, learning, and figuring out what the fuck is real and what's not.
Yeah. And I think going off of that, another big red flag when it comes to, and this is going to be tough because it is a absolute, it's an absolute cancer within the fitness and weight loss space, which is just because someone's done it or has abs doesn't mean they know what they're talking about.
Right.
And this idea that, especially when it comes to a specific physique, PEDs is rampant. I'm not against testosterone. I'm not against tren. I'm not against all this kind of, okay, I'm kind of against tren and all the significant stuff. Testosterone's a different thing. But you have a lot of people on a ridiculous amount of gear conveying this, like, if you want a body like mine, listen to me. When, yes, they work hard. Yes, they do the work in the gym. They change. But the reality is, a lot of it is in gear. And so
I respect the... God, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, your top fitness accounts, you got to be super careful of how they convey the message of their transparency within fitness and what is an attainable physique naturally if they're not transparent about what they're doing. That's another big red flag to me.
Well, what I like is now all these big juice heads, I hate that saying, all these guys that are on gear, and a lot of these bodybuilders, they're kind of fed up with the fitness culture and all these influencers being on a bunch of gear and just like promoting that they did it, you know, without anything.
Intermittent fasting.
Right. And now a lot of these guys are just like, no, fuck you. This is what I'm on. You know, and if you would like to purchase what I'm on, you can purchase what I'm on. And I so much more respect those guys because I have nothing against gear. I've said this
I respect
a million times. Yeah, and I respect, you know, steroids. And, you know, if you're a person who takes steroids and you're smart about it and you know what you're doing, then God bless you. All the power to you. But for a guy who is just a fitness influencer and who is logically on something to sit there and say, no, it's chicken and broccoli seven times a day,
man.
And I do my fasted cardio, and then I hit the sauna. And you're full of fucking bullshit, dude. You're full of bullshit. Like,
and it's tough because like it runs rampant. I don't know how real the rumors are, but like that was a big thing in Gymshark.
Right.
I had heard that a lot of the Gymshark people had to sign NDAs that they couldn't convey that they were on PEDs, even though they were, because they were branded back to Gymshark, and Gymshark didn't want that persona out. And so these athletes that were connected to Gymshark couldn't even convey that they were on PEDs because Gymshark wouldn't let them.
I didn't know that.
I don't know how. Obviously, there's always a level of doubt with that, but I've heard it from multiple people, and it doesn't surprise me because again, you got to find yourself like accounts that really go viral more than anything are the ones that say they have the secret sauce,
Right.
and that's a big fucking red flag.
Right.
If they say they have the secret sauce and they're not willing to be transparent about it, they probably don't fucking have the secret sauce.
They have no sauce. There is no sauce to be had there. But also, I want to do the little asterisk thing next to PEDs because PEDs and weight loss surgery go hand in hand to a certain degree because of the fact
100%.
like if someone takes steroids, that doesn't mean that they're going to have results unless they work hard for those results. Like you can put
100%.
anything you want in your body, but if you don't make that tool work, tool's not going to work. Same goes for weight loss surgery. You know, it's a tool. At the end of the day, you don't make the tool work, tool's not going to work for you, blah, 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 blah. So I just want to convey that and make people remember that because, like, again, like, there's athletes like Barry Bonds got thrown out of baseball for fucking steroids. But the steroids didn't make him hit the ball better. Yeah. Like, that's just not how it worked.
No. Barry Bonds. Oh, goodness. Here we go. We're going to the roids. No, just all of your favorite athletes that are on steroids. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously. No, but again, it's like, to me, I have no issue with people doing whatever they're going to do. What I have an issue is, and a red flag is, if you, and again, it's so difficult, it's so frustrating in today's age because I can see why, like, friends like Zach Cohen, who I'm friends with, who's the RD who was on before, it gets annoying because here you are spending 4, 5, 6 years learning the science, doing all this kind of stuff, seeing where the research and stuff is at, and then you get X amount of followers, and the person that just dumps a bunch of fear porn of food fear this and fitness perfection here is just going viral because they say they have the secret sauce, and the secret sauce doesn't freaking exist. Right. And it's so frustrating because here you are, everyone navigates to the account that has the secret sauce that no one else has. And I hate to break it to you guys, it's a red flag because
I have the sauce, but you have to join my app. Sign up for my app, do my program, and then maybe by the end of it, I might tell you what's in my sauce.
It's like coaching. It's like, guys, any coach is going to tell you the truth. If you want to coach with anybody, including us, we're going to talk about calories. We're talking about macros. We're going to talk about proper relationship with food. We're going to talk about raising your standards. We're going to talk about how to build a consistent lifestyle based upon what you enjoy and finding stability for the next 30 to 40 years. Does that sound sexy? Or what does it sound sexy is, you know what? I have the secret program that'll make anybody fucking shredded in 6 weeks.
Yep.
Which one are you going to buy?
No, be honest. You know, as a consumer, which one are you
As a consumer, which one are you going to buy? And
obviously.
So, and that's and so it's tough. So I understand why accounts still go viral based upon that type of marketing and that.
And I get why they're likable.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that, and I'm not. And we'll circle back to the Vision Twins really quick.
Yep.
And I said this to them because I had a conversation with them, which we won't get into. But I said it to them. I don't have beef with you. I respect you. I know that you actually put in work. I know that you actually got results. It's when you use the results to market shit that's not obtainable for regular people or even for yourself. That's the problem. That's the fuck up. So again, accounts that don't respect themselves, because again, these people aren't even respecting themselves most of the time and respecting their actual thoughts, and they're just putting out whatever in order to pop a number.
Yep.
That's the problem.
They're hooked on the virality, and I get it. Like, that's what goes back to the last episode. You get hooked on being viral, and you'll do almost anything to keep that virality going, to the point of messing with your moral compass. Right. And so hopefully you have friends, hopefully you have people out there that'll check you and say, yo, you've fallen off track here. But yeah, as we kind of wrap this bad boy up, hopefully you guys got some good value out of this. I know it was off the cuff because we both dealt with this incident this morning, and it hurts because it's just like, you get the gist of everything we've said for the last 40 minutes.
By this point, you've connected the dots. But, you know, if not, just know that there are some people still out there who will protect the good of the community for the community's sake. Not that it matters, but I enjoyed this episode. I will say I did. I legitimately enjoyed this. I like when I get really mad. I don't know about our listeners.
I think we did a good balance. I'm gonna be real. Yes, we shit talked. Yes, we were very aggressive, but also we brought it back to educational points, and we didn't. Again, to the individuals we called out.
It's all love, baby. Like we could have a conversation. Like, just don't be a dick.
Just don't be a dick. Yeah, I mean, it's just it can be frustrating, but it's part of life. It's part of life.
Hate is gonna hate. Tate is gonna tate. You know what I mean? Guys, if you listen to this all the way through, I do appreciate it. Please like, share, and subscribe. Share this with someone who you think it will motivate, or share this with someone who's only following jerk-off accounts. How about that?
Yes.
Do that.
If you have any friends that all they do is follow the shenanigan accounts of people that are shredded and giving you nonsense, you should send this to them and go, yo.
Send this. Send this one to them. Guys, you can join us each and every single Wednesday night by accessing the ALG community call, and you can access that call by joining the absolutely free Facebook community, guys. We have set up an entire community for you guys. We have well over 350 active members within this community. We would love for you to join every Wednesday.
We're 3 away from 400.
Okay, see, we're about to break 400. Anyone listening to this who isn't in the community, you could be lucky number 400. And the link drops every Wednesday. We'd love to see you there, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5:30 Pacific. That goes down every Wednesday. You can hit up algcoaching.com for coaching. Redcon1.com, T20JRPS, realgoodfoods.com, the gains in between. That's the gains. What is it to save money on checkout? I think that's it, David. What about you?
That's do it. Finish her off. Finish.
All right, stay beautiful, stay sexy, stay accountable.
Toodles.